Hello, my name is Shitiz Srivastava and this is my podcast. So I just finished a book by Peter Hollis called How to Finish What You Have Started. And the last chapter of that book was about overthinking. And this is one problem that I have been suffering for a very long time. And I know there are a lot of people who have been suffering from this problem of overthinking. And there is no apparent solution to overthinking actually. Like, you can talk to a lot of people about this, but they don't have any proper solution like how you can keep yourself away from overthinking. And I can think of just one way which I have read in a book called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. And the way is that you keep yourself that busy that you do not have time to think about anything. And this is what happens when you think too much, that you become docile, yet you stop doing things, and your personality becomes what do they say, dormant. And and it has happened with me for so many times, and it has happened with me recently as well. Before reading this book, I didn't clear my desk and I was thinking too much about starting so much. I put so much burden on myself, and one of the reasons that we do overthinking is that we set unrealistic goals, or we set some ambitions or desires inside our mind which are literally impossible to happen. And then we just keep thinking about it, that how impossible it is and how we are not going to achieve it. And we feel negative about it, and we just keep on thinking about it. So that loop has to be broken. So sometimes you have to just let things go. And I think that is one of the most important thing that I have learned in my life, that you have to sometimes just let things go. You just have to concentrate on the things that are most important to you. So if you make a list of all the things that you want to do in life, all the ambitions that you have, all the desires that you have, all the things that you wanted to do in life, and you just count the top 5 things that you wanted to do, those top 5 things that are on the top of your priority will become the thing that you really wanted to do. I have also done an experiment where I just wrote 20 things that I wanted to do in my life every day. And I wouldn't go back and look at what I have written previously, but I would just pick a new fresh page and I would write all those things. For 30 days I did that, and after 30 days what I realized was there were 2-3 things which I was writing every day, but rest of the things were kept on changing. So based on the data that I receive every day, based on the information that I receive every day, based on the interest that I have on that day, that goals that I have inside my mind keep on changing. And that is one thing that actually happens with a lot of people, that they keep on changing their thoughts. So there are very few things that you actually want to do, and you have to figure them out, because you have to put maximum energy of that you have on those things only. And overthinking is one thing that if you develop a habit of overthinking, it will also develop a problem for your health. You will stop eating less, you won't do a lot of exercise, you won't go, you will think, you will also find too many reasons for not doing something. And that is one thing that actually destroyed my health as well. I have seen that I was feeling very weak and fatigued all the time, and it was not physical, it was all mental. I was mentally fatigued. I just couldn't think right, I just couldn't do anything right. And that was a bad phase for me. But despite all this, there's always a time when I come out of it. That's the good thing that I like about me. And when I look back, I always feel that there has been one book or other that came into my life and helped me get out of it. So books has always been a constant companion for me, which helped me cope with all these things. Again, the overthinking is something that I cannot stop, but the thing is, I can avoid it by keep on doing things, despite me knowing that I'm not doing them in a very perfect manner, I'm not doing them in a manner in which they should be done, but still I keep on doing them. And that is what matters. I think you just keep on doing the things without putting too much mind into it. I think that is what makes a difference. I see so many people on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and so many platforms where they keep on doing things. Some people put too much effort into what they're doing, the content they're creating, and some people do not put that much effort into the things that they're doing. But still, there are chances that you will get successful despite you putting effort into it or not putting effort into it. Like Bhuvan Bam puts effort into it, a minute amount of effort into it, like he has to write the script and shoot and then edit it. But there are people I know who are on Facebook and YouTube who are doing too much editing, researching too much about data, downloading all that data, all those clips, and just putting them together and making a hell good video, but they are not getting as much traction as Bhuvan Bam is getting. Recently, I was on Twitter and I saw this girl called Saloni, and she's making this mimicry videos of celebrities, and the dialogues that she uses of contemporary politics basically. So she became apparent sensation on Twitter, and a lot of people are liking her tweets. So she was earlier a neutral personality, but later she went into leftist agenda. So I have stopped following her, but not recently, just today even, I saw that she was going on a big news channel for an interview, and she's just a student. And this is the power of social media, that you just keep on doing what you like to do, and you eventually start getting the result, and that is the most important thing about anything that you do. So I think that if you are suffering from overthinking, I think you should just stop. I cannot say that you stop thinking about things. I just say that you start doing things. So in the book Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends, no, how to stop worrying and how to stop worrying and start living. Dale Carnegie gives an example of a woman who lost her entire family in an accident, and she was the only one remaining in the family, and she doesn't know how to live her life. And she's 40 years old. She has lost her son, she has lost her husband, she has lost her daughter. Everyone went out of her life with just one accident, and she lost all the aims and goals or motivation to live the life. But she knows that she is not a coward, and she's not going to commit a suicide. So she has to live with her life. But how to continue living with life, knowing that the people that you love and you wanted to live with, the people who are the reason for your life, are not being there, and they're not coming back. So she went into this depression zone where she would just keep on thinking about things that are never going to happen. Like, she's never going to meet her husband again. So she started living in daytime compartments. So the name of the chapter is also daytime compartment. So daytime compartment means you make your day so busy that you don't have time for thinking. So when I was reading this book called Think and Grow Rich, a lot of people confuse that book with thinking. They think that if they think too much, they will get rich. But that is not the case with Think and Grow Rich. When Napoleon Hill in his book says Think and Grow Rich, he means that visualize and grow rich. When you think anything, you won't get rich. You have to visualize things in a perfect manner for you to get rich, and that is where the meditation comes in. So I also meditate because I have this tendency of overthinking, and I cannot sleep because of overthinking. My mind races too high at times, and that is one hell of a problem with me. So at times when I have this problem where I'm thinking too much, I try to do something. I try to engage myself with something so that I do not have those negative thoughts seeping inside my mind. Because the problem with negative thoughts is that negative thoughts are like magnets. If there's one negative thought, then it will attract a lot of negative thoughts towards it. So save yourself from all those negative thoughts just by doing things. Taking action is the most noble thing that you can do to your life. Despite you being not prepared, despite you not having all the knowledge in the world, despite your plan is not ready, I think one should start taking action. That is the crux of life. That is the most important thing in life, and that is how you can save yourself from overthinking. And that is how I save myself from overthinking. So that book really helped me, and I'm moving on to another book now, and I will read that book and I will also tell you about it. So let's meet in another podcast, and we'll soon meet in another podcast. Till then, bye bye.